So it started when I was about, I think I was about 3 or 4. You know, my family, obviously big family, my mum and dad worked, so what normally happened was they would drop me at my sort of uncle's house, my older cousin's house. Me and my sister stayed together and we would just wait there for our parents to come and pick us up. And you know, like siblings do, we fight. We sort of, you know, we fight for the remote to watch the TV, and I got angry. You know, they're older than me, they took the remote. I got angry and I decided to run upstairs and tell my uncle, look, my sister's annoying me, look at what she's done. And I opened the room door and my uncle was having sex. And I opened the door and there was a naked woman in the room. Now, you can imagine I'm 3, 4 years old. I didn't really understand what was going on, but what it did do was leave a mark in my mind. And it didn't go, the image never went, to the extent where when I was about 12, I always remembered the image, but I thought I made it up. I thought I made it up, so my uncle told me, no, it really happened. From young, ever since that day, in year 2, year 3, I was sexually active. I was, you know, doing things that you wouldn't expect a young person to do at all. And the image literally left my mind to explore. I wanted to know more, like, what is this? What are these feelings? That feeling I felt when I opened the door, I wanted to feel that over and over and over again. So I tried to in every single way. When it came to, you know, girls in school, pornography, I tried to get that feeling back. And it carried on through to secondary school. And secondary school is when, I guess, you know more, you're exposed to more, and pornography came into it. So I became addicted to pornography. I, you know, would come home from school, run upstairs, that's what I'll watch. I would, you know, I might watch in the morning. Like, literally, it was such a burden. It was an addiction. It was a real addiction, and it's something that I struggled with. And again, a lot of people struggle with pornography, but it's not something you can openly just say, hey, I struggle with. Hey, this is a problem for me. So you're isolated. It kept happening, and lust is, the thing about lust is, once you feel it once, you want to keep doing it again, and no feeling ever satisfies the first. So you keep doing it, you keep doing it. It led me to talk to lots of girls in life in general. I spoke to a lot of girls, I had sex with girls, literally, and then what I would do, because I hated the feeling of lust after, I would disassociate myself with those girls, just to run as far away as possible from the feeling of lust. As soon as something happens, I'll disassociate, I'll cut them off and I'll move. Relationships I had that I cherished was ruined because of lust. It got to the extent where I was telling someone that I cared for that, look, we can't go forward because I don't want you to be my idol of lust. It weighed me down. It weighed me down, and for years, I was literally, I felt caged. I felt caged because lust played in my mind daily. I would try to get images out of my head. I couldn't get images out of my head. And I was a slave. I was literally a slave to lust. Until one day, and I heard this verse so many times. And it was the verse that said, if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off. If your left hand causes you to sin, cut it off. And it didn't register with me until that one moment, and I saw that is how far away God wants us to be from sin. That's the extent. We talk about it so metaphorically, we talk about it so distant from ourselves, but it was so real at that moment that's how far removed God wanted us to be from sin, that he said, if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off. And I thought that when I came to that realization that God wants me to run from this thing, I strive to get away from it. You know, I took crazy measures that wouldn't go on my laptop in the night. I'll, you know, make sure I wouldn't go to a particular girl's house or certain girls' houses. I just took so many measures, but I still continue to fall. I still continue to fall. Again, I spoke to a pastor about it, and he gave me a book, and I opened this book, and the first 3-4 pages was telling the story of men, of grown men who, their families, literally, they have wives, they have kids, and their families have been ripped apart because of lust, because of pornography. Their families have been torn to shreds because of that. And I said, that cannot be me. That cannot be me. So I strived, I prayed, I labored, I prayed to God, I fasted, I done all, and it wasn't a one day I was saved and all of a sudden, you know, I was cleansed, I was washed, and lust never came again. But what it was that it was a journey of enlightenment. It was a journey of grace. And at every step I took, I saw more and more and more of God's grace. I saw God's saving hand come and reach me. I saw God's love draw me in. I saw his mercy reign over me. And it was such a beautiful feeling. It was such a beautiful feeling. And I just thank God. I just thank God.